Hi everyone, this is Mike Koenigs, and I'm sitting inside the Digital Cafe. This is actually a dream come true for me because in 1991 I started a company called Digital Cafe. It was a marketing agency back in St. Paul, Minneapolis. I sold it with my business partner Dean Hires 9 years later to a large advertising agency, and 8 years later I managed to buy the name back, the trademarks, etc., etc. And here's our old folder from years ago. But I'll tell you why this is important to you, because this is a very fancy high-tech studio that, believe it or not, I built for less than $30,000, including all the custom furniture and the equipment you're about to see, and multiple sets. It has 4 high-definition camcorders, or cameras. They're professional quality. We've got a fancy video switcher, and you're going to see a really cool new whiteboard technology that is very new and very cool. If you remember Minority Report, it's kind of like that. You can move objects around in real time. But we've got green screen, full body green screen, all sorts of fancy stuff that'll be very useful, and you're going to learn a lot because we're going to be recreating the infomercial toolkit inside this facility very soon. And what's also important is you're going to learn from being inside the studio different ways that you're going to be able to stay in touch with and build your business and create really high quality relationships with your list, with business associates, business partners, affiliates, or whatever you want to do. So I'm going to walk you through the entire place here. Take a look around. All right, well, the next set we're in right now is kind of I call it my Oprah set, even though it's got a brick background, but you'll see soon that I can transform this very easily. Now, we opened up in the switcher station just a moment ago. This is a 47-inch display. You can see I've got kind of a fake brick background, but the cool thing is I've got theatrical curtains, so we can instantly transform this into a Charlie Rose set. And check this out. These are curtains. I can easily flip these here. They Velcro together. And voila, instant cool set. So if we sit back down, you'll see that this thing has a completely different feel to it. So we, of course, can move around, put in different chairs, lay a different carpet if we want to, and we can display any kind of graphics we want here to create an effect sort of like a Donnie Deutsch as well. So that's the objective behind this set. Okay, the next super awesome thing is this Hitachi Starboard. It's a digital whiteboard that you can draw on just by, like any whiteboard. But unlike a normal whiteboard, it's smart and you're not using a pen, a stinky pen. It actually recognizes objects. So I can draw a circle, for example. It'll recognize the circle. I can draw a square. It'll recognize the square. I can change colors and draw, let's say, a triangle. And I can also draw arrows. And then I can grab these objects and I can move them around. All right? Now you can just imagine all the super cool things you can do from an educational point of view. But here's what I really like about this thing. Some of the features I haven't even figured out yet, but right above me is the projector. It's actually projecting this full 80-inch display on what amounts to be a touch screen surface. That there you can see I can resize objects too, but it's only about a foot away from the screen, and it leaves very little shadow. So it gives me the ability to display presentations of any sort. I can display a keynote presentation here or a PowerPoint presentation. Click through, record what's going on, and I'll show that to you right now. I'm bringing up my keynote, or actually ScreenFlow, but I recorded the video of me simultaneously with what was going on the screen. Now, you probably won't be able to hear this, but there you can see I was demonstrating it earlier. So I can draw, and what you see on the screen then is going to show up behind the scenes, so I can make really sophisticated and complex training courses in real time. And that's what I think is really cool about this. So the whole outfit's probably about $5,000, but to me, I think it is the central tool for describing very complex processes and being able to teach very effectively from a remote location. Now, in any studio situation, flexibility is key. And the way this studio was built, I included a lot of extra features. Now, you've seen the the Digital Cafe set, you've seen the Donnie Deutsch / Charlie Rose set. We also have some curtains. What's really cool is all these curtains do what curtains do. They open up. So I can change the look of the studio very rapidly and go from black to blue. Now these haven't been steam cleaned yet because this thing's so new, but if I open this up from either side, there's plenty to go around. But here is where the green screen is. Now everything was built so I can actually set up a mini studio. I can have an audience sitting behind me. But this just rolls down to create instant chroma key. So in a moment, you're going to see me do some chroma key work here. Full body, full screen, so I can walk onto a complete virtual set. All right, so here we are in full chroma key green. And of course, I can change my background to anything we want. Cool, stupid, whatever we want to do. So this again gives you infinite flexibility because we can change to any set imaginable and make it look like I'm out in the desert, maybe in a cold environment, right on a beach. Doesn't matter what it is, we've got it all here and it's completely virtual. So let's move on, and I'm going to show you a couple other little things, including my office set. Come on. All right, so this is master control. This is where all the thinking gets done. And if you look kind of behind the scenes, you'll see I've got a bunch of monitors, run most of my stuff off of a laptop, and below me is the Mac Pro that we use for editing. So one of the other things that I have in here that I really, really like, although it's not as fancy, is the Hitachi Starboard. It's another digital whiteboard, and what I can do is draw here, and while I'm drawing, you can see that the screen is updating at the same time. So this is how I come up with ideas and document them, and I also use ScreenFlow with that along with the camera, so I'm able to record both simultaneously and send it to my team. I'm also able to conduct any kind of interviews in here with microphones, and I've got enough for a second microphone if we're going to record, say, a teleseminar, a teleconference, or something like that. And over here is the main Mac, and I can switch over because I've got a couple PCs under the table too. But in an environment, let's say, where I need to record a business presentation, I've got the bookcase behind here to create a nice business set. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the machine room where the editing and the switcher is located along with the disk duplication system. So let's check that out. Oh, don't start drinking until noon around here. Well, this is the machine room, and as you'll see, we've got basic office stuff, the refrigerator. This is an editing workstation. And over here is our fancy Sony Anycast station. This is actually a very cool production switcher. The camera out in the main room is still here, and on the other side of the window, which is right now black screened, is where our logo is. So earlier when you were looking at the big studio, it's right outside here, so the editor can actually be switching and monitoring the entire program from within here. It's a pretty cool little added feature. So we just keep this here so on the other side you don't see any reflections. And then over here we've got storage, all sorts of cables and everything is nicely organized. The duplication system so we can make short-run CDs and DVDs if we need to. And over here we've got DVD duplicators for doing real-time production. So while a show is being switched, it actually eliminates the need to do post-production, or at least drastically reduces it, and we can be making some DVD masters in real time. So that, for the most part, is the end of the walkthrough. I hope you had a good time, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you all kinds of great productions and shows in Digital Cafe real soon. Thanks for visiting.